The next Bitcoin move is closer than you think, and with more than $1 billion in Bitcoin short positions piling up right now on the top side, I think there is going to be a gigantic move happening on Bitcoin anytime soon. So in today's update video, of course, I will talk about the Bitcoin CME futures gap, the most important support and resistance in this trend, my trading strategy on how I'm going to be trading Bitcoin right now, and many more important charts that are going to tell us something about what is about to be happening next, because the Bitcoin halving is only 20 days out, and this is the period in the market where Bitcoin usually goes the most exponential. So don't get fooled right now, don't get shaken out, and without any further ado, don't forget to slam that like button, back up of 1,000 likes on today's update video, and let me jump straight away in towards the content. So once again, this weekend we're creating another CME future gap, sitting this time around $69,900, but like we know, last week we also created a massive Bitcoin CME futures gap. But yes, last weekend we have seen Bitcoin absolutely explode towards the upside, even though we were creating a Bitcoin CME futures gap. And this is of course not a thing that usually tends to happen. This is only happening in approximately 4 out of the 100 times, but this time again we're creating another Bitcoin CME futures gap, and I do want you to take this level very seriously. So right now it is also Easter weekend, so we're expecting that the volatility over the course of the coming 3 days is going to be significantly lower than we have been seeing in the last period of the market. But of course, once this Easter weekend is going to be ending and volatility is going to be picking up, I do believe that we're going to be breaking outside of this range, because the range where we're currently trading in is exactly below that, is exactly above that $68,000 and below that $71,000. And basically what we're seeing is that Bitcoin is finding support on the lower side and getting rejected from the top side every single time once we're retesting it. So Bitcoin right now is basically creating a new consolidation phase, and you could be approaching it here on the 4 hourly time frame as we're creating a symmetrical triangle, because as Bitcoin has seen of course this significant downtrend after we broke it with this crush towards the upside with this higher high on the market, we are right now creating, of course, once again, lower highs here on the 4 hourly time frame, but at the same time still higher lows. So what we're seeing is right now a new consolidation phase is getting created on Bitcoin, and once we break outside of this region, so once we do break the downtrend or the uptrend, we could start to see that next big move for Bitcoin. But since I am currently seeing more than $1 billion of Bitcoin short positions is getting piled up on the top side, sitting around $72,300, I am expecting a breakout towards the upside, and a grab of liquidity around $72,000 is going to be definitely imminent for Bitcoin. And that grab of liquidity I'm talking about is exactly at this green box right here. So maybe we're going to see a flake out, grab the liquidity and go down again. Or if Bitcoin, of course, confirms the 4 hourly candle close above this very important region right here, I think that we're most likely just going to be crushing up towards new all-time highs, because I've said this many times before here. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin is currently sitting in a bull market, and with the Bitcoin balance on exchange rapidly decreasing and currently only sitting around an approximately 1.77 million in Bitcoin available on exchanges, I think that actually the Bitcoin supply shock with the Bitcoin halving also out only 20 days is happening right now here, and we are right now also in terms of timing in the cycle right now at the starting blocks of that next big Bitcoin exponential bull market. If I'm going to be looking at the Bitcoin ETF flow, I mean, yesterday unfortunately we don't have the data yet here, but of course we've seen the entire week for the spot Bitcoin ETF actually having positive inflows, which is of course very good for Bitcoin in my opinion. And you can basically see after we've seen a slight little dip here in the spot Bitcoin ETF inflows, we're straight away seeing Bitcoin starting to be bouncing back towards the upside. And honestly, once the institutional FOMO really starts, which I think is going to be happening once Bitcoin is once again breaking above its all-time high, we're most likely going to see those billions in dollars of buy pressure re-entering the market, which we've seen already earlier this year. And honestly, this is just the beginning where we're currently standing on. Bitcoin is already holding up above $60,000 for longer than 30 days in a row, and we're just consolidating above $60,000 for 30 days in a row, and that is just something very bullish in my opinion. And I think that the longer this consolidation is going to be lasting, the more exponential the breakout is going to be. And like we know from history, if we're looking back at the previous cycle, we have always always seen Bitcoin consolidate below all-time highs before absolutely crushing above it, because first you want to be clearing those sell orders from the people that are actually not interested in holding Bitcoin. If you want to be trading Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency out there in the market, guys, if you right now sign up an account using this link below to Bybit, you could currently get a free $200 on Bybit for only depositing $100 and signing up an account using this link below of today's video. So if you are interested in trading on Bybit, this is a very, very nice welcome bonus that you could be currently claiming. So if you're interested, go to the link description of today's video. And of course, you will also get an additional deposit bonus worth up to $40,000. And if you directly go towards the website, you won't be able to claim this free $200, and you will only get a $400 deposit bonus in total. So it's definitely a win-win situation if you're interested in trading. To check it out in the link in the description of today's video, where you can right now sign up an account to Bybit. But of course, guys, I mean, honestly, while Bitcoin indeed has been consolidating over 30 days above $60,000, there's of course still a potential scenario where Bitcoin potentially breaks down and still sees that move towards the downside. And I want to be quickly clarifying, and I've said it many times before, I have still set up my orders here on the Bitcoin US dollar pair. If Bitcoin, in case it is going to be coming down here, I have still got orders set up on $60,000 and $59,000. And you can currently see that I've set up more than $600,000 in Bitcoin buy orders around those levels. So if Bitcoin really were to be coming down from off this point and potentially hit $60,000, which I think is a very unlikely scenario to be saying that as first, but if that were to be happening, I am going to be opening up a big long position on Bitcoin, like I said many times before. So any drop that we're currently getting in this market right now would be an opportunity in my opinion. And of course, like we know and explained many times before, we are currently in the most exponential growth phase in the market. So I don't see that Bitcoin is going to be slowing down in this region right here. This is still the beginning of that next big Bitcoin bull run, and you should be taking maximum advantage from the prices that are increasing right now in the market. And I mean, you could also, of course, not only trade Bitcoin, but altcoins. But of course, if you're interested in trading altcoins, also go to Bybit, because they've listed more than 440 altcoin pairs over there. So if you're interested in that, just check out Bybit. But of course, like I discussed earlier in the video, the Bitcoin halving is 20 days out. And like we know from history, if you're just literally looking at this chart, all the vertical lines are indicating the Bitcoin halvings. But always after the Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin goes the most exponential. So why wouldn't it happen this time again? So yeah, super bullish on Bitcoin. The supply creation is going to get cut in half, and that is just extremely bullish for this market. And just like I said earlier, every single cycle we've seen Bitcoin consolidate below all-time highs for a very long period of time, and potentially in 1 day and 16 hours, we're going to close the first weekly candle above the previous all-time high wick here for Bitcoin. So that is maybe a thing that's going to be happening this week here, so I'm going to keep you guys exactly in the loop. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to slap on that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.